Hey, welcome everybody. It has been a while, indeed, since I did a stream. It is I, Nathan Bonner, the artist of the Big Muddy Monster, a true life tale of Murfreesboro about Murfreesboro, Illinois' very own cryptid, and issues on sale online. And the creator and sole animator and sole person doing it nearly everything except the voices of Indavo 3.0 animated series. Episode 2 premieres Friday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Please stop by and be regaled with all sorts of strange, nerdy facts that I will be posting in the live chat at that time. But because I cannot sit on my laurels for very long, I've got to continue on. There's a lot of assets coming up in Episode 3. Episode 3 is very, very big. Not to spoil too much, let's just say that there's going to be a lot of other spaceships that we'll be seeing, and another planetary environment, lots of new characters. The cast will expand out it from episode 2's cast. So that brings us to what we are doing today, and what we are doing today is indeed we are working in Blender here. See, this is Blender. This is Blender 0.5.1, which is out of so much. Let's get out of episode 2. We're going to go into animation resources. We're going to save some stuff here in ships. And we're going to, a lot of spaceships. We're going to save this as random spaceships. Now, I'm going to put all the spaceships into one file. Now, why would I do that? Well, because what I'm going to do is I will take the individual models, once I've created them, and I will put them into a particle system. We'll animate a little bit of movement in the appropriate movement that they should be heading, in the direction they should be heading, and then we're going to load that into a particle system, and you'll have dozens of spaceships zipping around, and that's going to be the very, very, very cramped, crowded space of around a new planet coming up in episode 3. So, what we have here is we're doing something. So, I've got a bit of a viewport. Here. There we go. There we are. Haha. Out of orthographic and back into perspective mode. Okay. So, what we have here is music's somewhat louder because I've been messing with the settings again. I'll straighten that down just a little bit so it won't overwhelm my speeching to you. Okay, so back into Blender. So we have here the default cube in Blender. And we have a light and a camera, and we have some gray background, and that's okay for right now. It's fine, absolutely a-okay, because we need to get started. I have some preliminary sketches, which I've already done off to the side here, which you cannot see. Wow. Yes. Scandalous spaceships. Okay, so what we're going to get started on is we're going to get started on our very first spaceship right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to select that guy in object mode with the cursor, and we're going to go to the move. We're going to move this guy up just a little bit so he's just right about there. All right, and now we're going to go in here and change from object to edit mode. All right, now we need to get off the points and go to, we want to select faces, and we got all faces selected. We don't need that, so we're going to select that face right there, and we're just going to drag that face up to right about here. And it is a block, and it is done, and boom, there we go. No. Give it a concrete texture. It could be a Vogon ship, but no. That's not what we're doing. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go to here and line selection. Deselect those guys. This will allow us to select the edges or the lines that you're seeing, and we're going to go to here so we can kind of through that, and we're going to select all these guys. Very nice, eh? Yes. This will create some problems, so if I do that, because that will create incomes, perhaps I should wait on that. Yes. No. We'll fix that on the fly. So trust me, this will all work out great. So we've gone to bevel, and this was going to do, this is going to give us extra kind of faces here. Wow, look at that. Okay, now we're going to go back to that move. We're going to go back to here. All right, so there we go. And before we do anything else, what we're going to do is here, and this is a loop cut. And basically what we're doing is we're adding another line or an edge in the middle of the, right here. Boom, like that. Aha. Now we're going to do that bevel thing again. Sorry. That bevel thing in like this. See how many that needs to be. And now, guess what? We're going to do that one more time. What? You're saying, what? One more time? Yes! Indeed. All right, now this needs to move down. Okay, and now what are we going to do? Well, we're going to, no. We're going to go back to faces before we start doing that. I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit here. So, we're just going to do some random face selection here. Select all these faces down through here. I could have made it transparent again and did that, but I like to show you, indeed, you can orbit your object just to make sure that you get everything. Okay, there we go, that's not bad. So what we're going to do is we are going to hit the scale. And I think we're going to scale outward like this. Yes. Scale down like that. Checking my drawing. Yes. Excellent. Very good, very good, very good. Okay. Spaceship begins to take effect. So these are not going to be overly complicated because they don't need to be, for one thing. Just need to have something that is very somewhat spaceshipy. One of many different types of craft that we're going. This is some sort of a vertical landing merchant ship of some sort, is what I would assume. No idea what alien race would be crewing this, but merchants, I'm sure. Yes. There we go. That's a nice effect. Yeah. Yeah, not bad. Fairly simple. Now let's add some doodads. Using the center wheel of my mouse, I've gotten a little bit closer here. So go back to face selection. I don't know if this is going to work, because sometimes it doesn't work quite the way I intended to, and I have to do each one individually, but that can be it. We're going to go to instant faces. Get. Not great. But what we can do, though, in order to offset that, is go back to our select our edges tool here. Well, let's go back to the cursor. Make sure we got things right. Okay. Now the idea behind these little shapes here is that these hold down that shift key. Okay, let's do some beveling here and see what we can get. Okay, that's a. I think that'd be okay. Okay, so. Yeah, I think that'd be fine. Alright, so we're going to select these faces in here. This ring area here. And we are going to use the extrude tool. Wow, first time I've used it. Okay, so basically this is just creating geometry as you scale upward. It doesn't have to scale up very much. Just a little bit of recessed lighting there. Okay, so now we need to do basically the same for the top and the bottom. They're going to be quite similar in this regard. Oop. So we're going to select that and select that. Oh, no, wait. Let's select it. Let's do them one at a time. This is okay if they are not uniform, because there's different demands from the top, a navigational sensor array, perhaps, and then the bottom would be your primary thrust area, and those could be like descent jets. Who knows? Or just maybe like mood lighting for when you land. Makes those business deals go better. Some light jazz playing in the background. Potentially. Be master merchants here. So we're going to insert some faces here. Inset the space just a little bit like here, like that. Okay. As you can see, it solved our problem of our ingons. Now, what is an ingon? Okay. So this is a polygon-based system. You can use NURBS, which is a different like curves. But right now we're using polygons, and polygons tend to go by each polygon having 4 points making a shape. And that polygon can be any shape as long as it's got 4 points in each of the corners. This has more than 4 points, so this is what we call an n-gon, and that can cause problems in rendering. So we're going to attempt to fix this n-gon later. Not right this exact moment, no, but soon, yes. So we're going to hit extrude, and as we extrude, we're going to extrude up on this one. Now we're going to do inset face, I think, again. There. Okay. Like I said, it could be a navigational doodad of some sort. So now we're going to extrude this back down into here. Very nice, very nice. Okay, now, I don't need it to be quite that big. So we're going to grab the white ring here for scale, and we're going to scale that in. Okay, now, we need to use, what we need to do is we need to make, there we go. Yeah. Okay, so that's one. That's one created, and we'll just draw this line over here to this other point. Those two connected, hit enter. That's what I was doing, and boom, there we go. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 points making that shape, and 1, 2, 3, 4. They can share points, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4 for this one, and 1, 2, 3, 4 here. So boom, that's no longer an n-gon. That is an honest to gosh set of 3 polygons. Bam. Awesome. So, well, we can do a few other things, just kind of maybe spruce up the interior here. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be spruced up. I mean, it could be. So we're going to go to inset faces just one more time. Right here. And we're going to, well, I think we'll extrude back up on this side. Extrusion back up. And we'll do the inset face. And now we'll actually what we're going to do is okay, on those 2 side panels we can do something funky with those. I mean, those could be inset a little bit as well. Maybe not as high. Extrude them up like that, and we're going to do an inset on these guys as well. Extrude, but down a little bit. Exactly as it is. Alright, so there we go. Perhaps a docking ring, docking port, perhaps, could be that. Navigational. It could be anything, you know? Okay, so that's that. So now we need a thruster here. Okay, this is the primary motivator here of the spaceship. Motive power. So we're going to select this face here, and we're going to inset. And we're going to extrude that up there, and then we're going to just scale this bad boy down using the white ring. Boom, thruster. And now it suffers from the same problem as it. Our other one is that it's n-gonish. N-gonish. So we don't like those n-gons. We're going to get rid of those n-gons with the knife tool. That guy there, enter, pow. It's a shape. This guy here to that guy there. Boom, that's a shape as well. Bam, there we go. All right. We have a pretty good spaceship right here. Now the idea is that this guy will be moving in like an probably upward direction. Might be on its side, or it might move side to side. I'm not entirely sure yet. Maybe those are just for landing. Maybe these thrusters are just the bottom are just for landing, and it's just some other continuum distortion device to move. Who knows? But it's a little flat and featureless, so we need to add a few doodads to it in order to kind of sell this as being a space cruiser of some sort. So let's go ahead Now got one there. So we're going to do this little handy little thing has popped up here, and it says number of cuts, and we're going to say, ooh, maybe 3 would be enough. Yes, I think 3 would be enough. Okay, so what we're going to do with those guys is we're going to bevel these guys. Aha! And now what we're going to do is we're going to do a special type of extrude, and it's called extrude along normals. And this is very sensitive. So if you're not holding down on your shift key, this will, well, see, it flies like out of control. So what you need to do is you just need to hold down your shift key, and that means that it's going to move in an incremental fashion. And we just need it inset just a little bit there. That'll give some breaking up those big spaces. Now for the lower half of the ship, we're going to do something a little bit different. But first, let's see what we can do with I don't want to do that because that'll cut through the engine. I got an idea. Let's do each of the bases be 100% uniform. It's an alien spaceship. It can be anything. We crewed by Terry Nation's Talking Rocks, as he often said. He goes to a planet. Rocks Talk. Well, that's my planet. Rocks Talk, if I say so. Creator of the Daleks on Blake 7 there. And worked on MacGyver, apparently, too. In the 80s. Fine British writer. Anywho. So we're going to do that along normals again, but we're going to do this very, very carefully. We're going to expand these guys out. Very good. Okay, now we need to do something different down here. So what we're going to do is kind of similar to what we've done here. Except I think we're going to select all these guys at the same time. All right. So let's inset some faces. I'm not liking that at all. Nope, we're gonna have to do these individually. I've changed my mind. Yes, there are easier ways to set this up. Do that at the moment. It's not necessary for everything to be 100% precise, but if it were, there are ways in Blender to set up that you can do this in a much more uniformish manner. But at this moment, we're not going to do that. We'll probably do another live stream before that happens. But honestly, I have to look up in the refresher course on that one. Blender is a really good program. It's just it's free also. There's a lot to it. The learning curve can be slightly steep. So there we go. All right. So select those faces we just made. All right, there we go. And we're going to extrude along normals, and just like that. We're going to bring it in just a skosh. Now there's a couple of things I don't think we need the landing ones. We're never going to see this guy on the ground so far, and if I wanted to, what I would do is I'd add in 4 landing struts and panels on these structures here. Pretty high up. There to there to there. Yeah, like a door. We're not going to worry about that because this guy's just going to be in spaceflight. So let's go to here. Okay, well that's the color version. It's pretty gray, and this is OS. Right now we just have one little spotlight. Let's click on this light and see where it goes. Let's go back into object mode. See what our spaceship looks like right now. It's not too thrilling. Let's spruce it up a bit. But first, what we need to do is we need to look at our light. And over here on the side, you see a lot of different settings, including one that should have a light bulb on it. Ah, there it is. Aha. It says light. All right, so right now it is a it's just a point light. We're going to turn this into a sun. Whoa! Strength is 1,000 blazing suns. We need maybe 10. The blackness of the space. Let's move this back. So this is what it looks like in color. So let's go back to our object. It says cube here, and it is no longer a cube. It started as a default cube. Many Blender people take their default cube and delete it. I tend to always use it most of the time. Okay, let's change this to spaceship one. Ah, stunning and creative name that. Wow. How do I do it? Okay, let's go into now we're going to go to this bottom thing. This is the materials panel. So we need to establish a base material for this. And right now it says material. Let's name that material. One underscore. Yes. Okay, for this one, I've already kind of looking at my the breathtakingly made it's a kind of a purple prose ship, I suppose. Yes, my brother breathtaking marker illustration that I use with Copics and stuff like that. But a little bit more on the metallic side. We could also use let's see what this looks like. Sorry, we're in the wrong mode. This looks like plow. That's not bad. Spaceshipy. A sheen to it. That's good enough. What you can do on shading too is open up the nodes panel and take a look at. So we have just a pretty much a straightforward, with no other geometry nodes or anything that we don't really need on this ship. It's just a simple background ship. So that's just there. Might get into that if I get back into planetary creation. The question that our heroes will be visiting is unfortunately already made. All right, so what we need is edit mode. All right, and we need to select some faces. Select our windows, starship with a view. Select all these, holding down the shift key to make sure we get them all. Okay, we're going to go back in here. I'm going to hit plus. Okay, that added in a new texture. Or material, I should say. And we're going to hit click new there. It says material. And that's not what it is. It's going to be SS1. Oh, yes. They don't use backs on this ship. They're windows. Bill Gates' reach does extend to other galaxies, apparently. So, what we're going to do here is double click that guy right here. And we'll grab this hex code and copy. This is very important. Very, very important. So we're going to go to mission down here. And what's this color? Here. Select that and paste. And the color we just had. Click out of that. I did the wrong thing. Try this one, I guess. Copy. and paste. Sorry, no, we're up to about 5. Let's go over here, see what we got. Sorry. We don't have anything because guess what? I forgot to do a sign. You have to click a sign. Now they're assigned. Oh, and there'll be lights on this spaceship. Wow. Yes. Okay, we're gonna say that these guys down here are not thrusters. These are indeed those business deals go through. Okay, there we go. All right, now we need the primary thruster here, which we're going to make a new color for. Oh yes. New material. New. We're going to go ahead and assign this material, although we don't have anything to assign. We're going to SS1 underscore. Base color is white for now. Color here is going to be way. Sign on that. Very nice. Do I need to do anything with that? I think we're just going to leave that guy as is. Maybe we'll put some. Maybe these guys off to the side will be emergency retro rockets if needed. Yeah, let's do that. Braking power on the upward direction. Bam. And there we go. That is spaceship number 1. Auto mode. So we're going to take spaceship number 1 and head them on over. And what we're going to, next thing we're going to do though, is we're going to go up to here in this window up here in the upper right corner. Yeah, let's put spaceship 1 and collection 2. Why are we doing this? Because we can make a particle system and drop all the spaceships in there and replicate dozens of spaceships going in all sorts of different directions. Fun. The next one's going to be another, is going to be much more simple. Or fortunately, so we're going to go here. Okay. First new shape that we're doing here is we're adding in. We're going to add in mesh. We're going to add in an icosphere. Okay, wait. Subdivisions. Quite a bit. Alright, that's pretty good. And we're gonna also zoom this guy's radius up quite a bit. Maybe not quite as big as our other ship, so we're gonna say right about to there. Alright. It's gonna have a little bit of a texture to it. I could actually go into the modifiers and shade smooth. Do I do this? And the answer is yes, I do. Alright, that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna go into modifier and I'm not liking how that's going. Let's get rid of that modifier. Let's go to here and let's right click onto it and go to shade smooth. Bam. All right, yeah, there we go. All right, so there we go. It's a sphere. add some material to it. Sphere 1. Let's change that base color to something a little bit. Make this metallic. Like, really metallic. Not too metallic. It'll pick up the space background, but yeah, fairly metallic would be nice. Smooth. There we go. Now, if I've done this right, and who knows if I have, when you get close to this one, it should pick up the reflection of our spaceship. And it might. It might do that. It's very shiny now. So, okay. It's going to be a fairly simple one on this guy. What I will do for test render purposes is when it's saved. I'm going to add in another light. So up here under add, we're going to go light, and it's going to be another sun, but this will be a kind of a more of a distant, more faded sun. These guys in There we go. There we go. That's good. That's good. Ah, that's really picking up nicely. I like the specular on that. Looks really good. That's the thin light area. If you're wondering what that is. All right. Strength. Let's not go crazy with that. Let's that about. It's done. No, it's not. Not quite. What we're going to do, though, is I did not shift you. Good. Well, never mind. Duplicate object. Okay, so we're going to go right about to here. Okay, so we now have a second sphere. Our white attached there. And now on that one, we're going to get there. Oh, no, whoa, copyright infringement there. I gotta be careful. Okay, and there we go. Here's a, and this one's a kind of a very weird looking spaceship. That would be fine. But you're saying, well, that seems rather bland. Okay, to de-blandify it just ever so slightly, we will go into the main one, and we will hit edit mode. It's gonna be rough on this. Icosphere. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna say that icosphere is fine as is. All right. Well, we've got 3 different spheres here, but they're not the same. So what we're going to do is same object. We're going to make them the same object so they won't accidentally split apart. That can be very frustrating. It's like a water molecule. They're very aquatic aliens. Who knows? Okay, so we've selected all these guys, so we're going to go underneath object to join. Bam, and now this is all one object. Boom, that's spaceship number 2. I see sometimes spaceships can be very, very simple. That's kind of interesting. Linked into that object like that. Ooh, Just a slight bit. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha. There we go. Now we go to object and let's go to join. And when I move it, it will in the center of the big sphere. There you go. Like I said, we're just gonna line him up next to our other guy right here. Right. Alright, let's see. This is regular coloring. There's no trees around, but that's how reflective it is. So very nice, very nice, very nice. Okay. So now we need this one's going to be a more cylindrical, more kind of classic rocket-esque. Oh, it's renamed Icosphere, by the way. Yeah. Okay. While in object mode, we're going to save, and we're going to go to Add, Mesh, and we are going to add in yeah, we're going to do a cone. This is kind of the reverse way of what I would normally do, but we're going to try this way. So this is a cone. And this is the nose cone, strangely enough, of our spaceship. So it's kind of convenient that way. Already pre-made, so we're just going to knock that guy down to right about here. It's going to be a lot smaller than our other spaceships. Let's get a little closer since we're dealing with a much smaller ship. Okay, so what we need is select the bottom there, and what we're going to do is we're going to bevel this. Good. Okay, and now we're going to extrude. Regular extrude down, right about there. And now we're going to extrude again, just tessimally. And we're going to expand that out. Aha! So now we're extruding out. And to keep it from looking somewhat unfortunate, I mean, I don't know what that looks like, but it looks like a rocket to me. I don't know what's going on out there. There's a lot of chuckling about what this looks like. But it's a rocket. It totally is a rocket, and I don't know what you're talking about. There we go. Okay. Next stage. More, and we're going to expand this guy out even. Aha. And we're going to scale this. Okay, good. Now, let's see what else we can do here. Select here, and we're going to but not by much. Just kind of give us a bit of a seam. That's got to scale this one using the ring here quite a bit. Ooh, it's done. No, it's done. We're in the final stage here. Tank type thing here. Sort of a throwback to the 1950s / Elon Musk-esque vehicle. really, 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 really is at this quite a bit. Very good, very good, very good. Okay, now that's going to be out here. We are. Well, we can, let's go in first and then. Here we go. And we're just going to drop that guy out here. And about there. And let's hit the old Scalaroonie a little bit. There we go. Okay. Ah, looking much more thruster-esque, isn't it? Yes. Let's insert these faces just a little bit more. And let's go to here and but we'll scale that one quite a bit so it doesn't cut through. And pow. Alright, there you go. A few details need to be added according to my sketches. All right. There we go. Bit of a rocket here. Other ones, but I do need these. Yeah. Okay, now we're going to use a little bit of that bevel magic here. Let's do a little bit more of that bevel magic. There we go. And there we go. And that's... Okay, well, the only thing this guy needs is some actual windows. The original sketch doesn't have a lot of windows on it, but let's do some loop cutting here if you Okay, so what we're going to do with this is a little bit different. I think we're just going to have to leave that as is. Let's look some faces. Wanted to create like a classic 1960s style. It can be done. It's not going to be very pretty. Don't need to do very much. This right up there. Just a little bit, and bam, there we go. All right. a simple, quick rocket ship. Not too bad. Not much in color on this guy, by the way. Mostly silver with orange highlights. Very traditional rocket. Call that one Rocket 1. Okay, so let's go down to materials. Boy, do we need new material. Oh, I'm here all week. Haha. So anyway, let's get this to be a little metallic, but not super metallic. Slightly metallic. This to be rusty or pitted and stuff like that. It could be if this was going to be a hero ship. Absolutely. But it's not going to be a hero ship. It's just going to be a rocket launcher. So, new here, and we're going to put this material. Yeah, using the nodes and stuff, you could add quite a bit of pitting and other things to this, but it's not necessary at this stage for a background vehicle. All right, but it will be. All right, so let's go back into edit mode and select the faces that I have not selected. I know I just got those windows I made. I'll get those in. There. Excellent. It's more just like a highlight color, if anything. Bring up the non-standard color. All these faces down through here. There we go. All right. Need this one. Ha 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 ha. Okay, I'm gonna select these two guys. And plus here. Select that color, copy it, get that hexadecimal color, and we're going to go down to that, going to paste the hexadecimal color in. All right, there we go. Rocket. We need thruster. I guess we always need a thruster. So we're going to go under here. We're going to add this one there. That base color white. There we go. And assign that to the shape and barrel. There we go. Ah, there we go. That's a rocket. Let's do one more on this guy. And just kind of give it a 1950s flair. We're going to put a checker pattern on this third section here. So basically it's going to be 4. Okay, I got that. We're gonna make a new one. Hull. There we go. Okay, hull in black. Alright, and we're going to change that base color very simply to be. And we're going to change that metallic to the same as there. Okay, so now basically what we're going to do is we're going to create a NASA style checker pattern. The ship, like so. Counted out how many of these there were to make sure this would actually work right. We may have to fudge these shortly. Right. Nope, one's going to be shorter than the other ones. Oh, well. Who's going to be counting? Replicate that down here. Sorry. Oh, that's why I went over one. Oh, well, never mind. All right, so there we go. A rocket ship. Okay, let's go back into object mode and check the time. And it is starting to get late. Hey, three ships. It's not bad. Various sizes and classifications and technological levels at that. Save. Check and see what we've got quickly. Well, I don't have anything else that's not a little bit more complicated. And I think, asset creation is well on the way here for episode 3. Expect it out, hopefully, in 6 to 9 months. If you're wondering, I got a hankering for Indavo. Episode 2 will premiere Friday at 7 p.m. Be sure to be there at the live premiere on YouTube. With the Indavo project, I am not trying to make something amazing, super duper amazing, because I am just one person. There are animators who do amazing jobs. I always am trying to reach the bar of the level of quality of the Doctor Who animated reconstructions, and that's not really a dig. That I really do enjoy those a lot, but that's my limitations that I have. There will be much more frame by frame animation in episode 3 because there's a lot more hand-to-hand combat. And a musical number at that. Wow. So, but that's in the future. Episode 2, though, I think it comes away as pretty good. Usually I hate everything that I do the minute after it's done. And then 6 months later, I'm like, oh, that's not so bad. But the episode 2, I thought, oh, actually, this is actually pretty good. All things considered. My budget is actually 0, and then I'm just one person doing things. It's not too bad. Anyway, tell me what you think. Give it a like. Give it a downvote. Hey, I'm getting an emotional response of somebody. I'm not going to take that for granted. If you hated it so much that you've got to tell me, I think that's great. Anyway, so there will be more live streams. There will be more character creation, more asset creation. In Blender, there will be interiors. There's going to be an entire planetary surface, a city, all sorts of things. We have other characters to make. We have the natives of the planet, and then we have creatures like Smarth and Spumate, 2 new characters who will be showing up in this episode 3. But until then, I really hope you do enjoy episode 2